Asante sana kwa wakati huu. Eh, Nashukuru Mungu kwa nafasi hii ingine ambayo imeweza kutupatia. Ni mwaka mpya ambao tumeanza mwaka wa 2025 ama 2025. Ni mwaka ambao tumengoja kwa muda mrefu, ila sasa tunashuhudia wema wake na baraka zake. Kwa majina naitwa Mheshimiwa Hon.mapinda kutoka Nakuru, na leo hii nimeona ni vizuri niweze kuzungumza tu hisia zangu kuhusiana na mambo ama masuala ambayo yanaendelea, na pia nitoe wasia wangu katika kwa viongozi wa mji huu, kwa vile nyinyi mnajua nyote kwamba siasa za mwaka 2027 zishaanza. Sasa ni vizuri pia sisi kama viongozi, hususan viongozi wachanga, tukuwe na mwelekeo, tukuwe na mpangilio, na tushikane mkono sisi zote, tuwe na umoja ambao ni umoja wa kimanufaa. So kabla sijaenda hapo, nadhani ningezungumzia swala la nzima la abduction. Na kwa upande wa abduction nitaongea kwa Kizungu, nikimaliza nitarejelea Kiswahili. So ningependa mniruhusu tu nizungumze kwa Kizungu. Na pia napoendelea kuongelea masuala ya abduction, ni vizuri tukiangazia sheria. Tunaangazia, unajua wakati unaangazia sheria, tunakuwa tunafunza wale ambao kidogo hawajapata nafasi ya kusoma hata kifungo kimoja kwa sheria. Na ni vizuri popote ulipo, kama uko na simu ya smartphone, download the 2010 Kenyan Constitution, ikae kwa simu yako, ubaki ukisomaga tu pole pole. Na ni vizuri ukuwe unapitia hizo vifungo, ndio mara mingi unaweza kujua haki yako. So I'm going to talk about the issue of abduction. Abduction today as we speak, it is a problem that we already have in the nation. And for instance, we have witnessed several cases of abduction in the country, and these abductions are believed to be conducted or to be held by the government or by the state. It is the state machineries that are doing this abduction. And why would I say that is the state? Number one, there is clear evidence that these abduction are state mission, because the targets and those people who are abducted are just government critics. Everybody, if you look at the list of the abductees, it's like now these are government critics in one way or the other. Some of them in social media, actually all of them are from social media. So, and that is why are targeted and abducted. Then if it's not the state, then who is doing this? And why would the abductee go to the government critics if not the government itself? So that tells you that this is a state mission. Secondly, one of the things that I would like to look at or to highlight on the same matter of abduction is that there is a special unit. This unit has been said by many. This unit has been mentioned by many people, many leaders. And there is a word in Kiswahili says that lisemwalo lipo na kama lipo lipo njiani laja. Don't just take it for granted and think that this unit is not there. There is a special unit that is formed for the purposes of abduction, mass killing, and extrajudicial forces. This unit is a state unit, and it is formed for the purpose of protecting the state. But in that spirit of that unit that is formed to protect the state, and now the state is using all kind of power to silence the public and to make sure that the members of the public doesn't say anything in this country, by putting fear, by blackmailing Kenyans in one way or the other, intimidating them and threatening them, and doing extrajudicial things, activities in their life. In that spirit, I want to remind the government of the Republic of Kenya to read Article 1 of the Kenyan Constitution. And that article, I will read it for you because I have it here. I have it here in this paper because I have recorded in this paper. As you can see, these are constitutional articles that I have figured out to support my statement on the issue of abduction. And reading in Article 1, it says that all sovereign power belong to the people of Kenya and shall be exercised only in accordance with this constitution. That is Article 1 of the Kenyan Constitution. And reading Article 1, it starts by saying all sovereign power belong to the people of Kenya. So who are the people of Kenya? Is these people that the government is trying to silence by using extrajudicial power and forces to silence them. Secondly, I will go to Article 2 of the same constitution that says, in Article 2, the people may exercise their sovereign power either directly or through their democratic elected representative. The people may exercise their sovereign power either directly or through their democratic elected representative. Those are not my words. If the democratic elected representative fails to do what they are supposed to, then the people may exercise their sovereign power directly. And that is contemplated in Article 2 of the Kenyan Constitution, and I will demonstrate on the support of that to show Kenyans of how they should exercise their sovereign power directly. In Article 3, I will just point out very quickly so that we continue. In Article 3, it says that sovereign power under this constitution is delegated, and I want you to underline the word delegated, that the sovereign power under this constitution is delegated to the following state organs, which shall perform their functions in accordance with this constitution. And the constitution is very clear that the sovereign power is delegated to the following state organs, which shall exercise or shall perform their functions in accordance with this constitution. So whatever function that the state whatever function that the state is performing, they should perform under this constitution. Now, shall perform their functions in accordance with this constitution. The first state organ that this power is delegated under the Constitution of 2010 Kenyan Constitution is Parliament and the legislative assemblies. That is the first organ that this power is delegated. So the members of the National Assembly, the members of the Senate, the members of the County Assembly, they are operating from the delegated power of the people of Kenya. Secondly, you go to to the same Article 3, B, because we have seen A, Parliament and the Legislative Assembly in the county governments. B, the national executive and the executive structures in the county governments. That is B. And C, the judiciary and independent tribunals. So it means from the executive, which is a state, to legislative, where is Parliament, Senate, and National Assembly, Senate, and the county assemblies, together with the courts. Now we have the judiciary, the entire judiciary. They are operating from the delegated power. So the origin owner of this power, it is Kenyans, which the constitution demonstrate its power to Article 1. This is in Article 1. Reading Article 1, it tells me that all sovereign power belong to the people of Kenya. And coming to Article 3 from the start, it says that sovereign power under this constitution is delegated. So these are working from the delegated mandate. They don't have full mandate. Their mandate should come from the people. And that is why you see after every 5 years we go to election to elect presidents and these other people for them to function their power. Now, there is a failure. There is a failure from the state, the government, and the assembly, the entire assembly. They are failing us in one way or the other. And looking at schedule, is it schedule 2? I think, yeah, schedule 2 there. It talks about the functions of senators, members of parliament, executive, and those kind of things. They are structured. Their functions are structured and aligned in one, that one avenue. But today, looking at the things in this country, you find that members of the National Assembly, together with the executive members, are working together to make sure that they are blackmailing Kenyans. And they forget this spirit of Article 1. If they would have remembered this article, it is one of the very most powerful article. But that was not my topic today. My topic was about the abduction. So these people, when you see Kenyans coming out to demonstrate, picket, and assemble, it is part of their constitution, their constitutional right. Because reading out Article 37 of the Kenyan Constitution, it talks about assembling, demonstration, and picketing and presenting memoranda to public authorities. So Kenyans are given by this law a room to demonstrate, to picket, to assemble, to present memoranda in public authorities. But for instance, the cases has been like when Kenyans come out peacefully and unharmed to demonstrate as required by the law, the response from the government is to tear gas them, to shoot them, to beat them, to abduct them, and to cause anarchy and mayhem. These are unconstitutional activities that are held by the government itself. So the government is breaking the law to purport that they are protecting the law, but on the other hand, they are breaking the same law. Because reading out the constitution in Article 49 of the Kenyan Constitution, it's the right of the arrested person. Talking about the right of the arrested person, there is no single section of that article that says the government can abduct people. And the Constitution is very clear that the arrested person, after being arrested, shall be produced before the courts before 24 hours, within the 24 hours. And the same Constitution says that person, after is arrested, he or she is arrested, they have a right to make a call or also to be visited by people or maybe people who their help is necessary to them. But looking at for instance, cases that has been happening, and the latest one is about for the Senator of Busia, Honorable Mutata, who was arrested, and even lawyers, senior counsels were there and were denied even to see him. And I heard that even his brother came with his medicine and he was denied to give him or to access of where he is, and you wonder why and which kind of law that these officers are using, and yet we don't know. And in the spirit of that, because I want to finish reading out Article 33, it talks about freedom of expression. Article 35, access to information. Article 36, freedom of association. Article 37, assembling, demonstration, picketing, and presenting memoranda to the public authorities. And Article 38, political rights. All of these, and actually I will have another good time to analyze these articles and also to read them out for you, because today the topic was a different one. I just mentioned them, but if you have the constitution, you can just go and read for yourself. Article 33, 35, 36, 37, 38, together with Article 1, 2, and 3 of the same constitution. You will see, and all of those articles are found in Chapter 4, the Bill of Rights, where the Bill of Rights is contained. Kenyans, I think it is about time for us to speak and to come out clearly and pressure this government to give us our space, because we have a democratic space and we should be enjoying our democratic space. But it seems that our democratic space has been taken by the state. This is what we call state capture, real state capture. And constitutionally, we are in a crisis, constitutional crisis, together with political crisis. But I believe that our unity, and if we can unite ourselves, unity, and have unity of purpose, we will be able to get out of this crisis. For those who have been following politics, and for those who do politics, they understand and they know what I'm talking about, because these are cases that we have seen. For instance, these are cases that we have witnessed, and for sure I would like to tell you that it is only I and you who will change this. If we get fear and we now don't speak on these issues, I want to assure you we will go through this for long, and nobody will come, no angel will come from heaven to save us. It is only us who will speak and tell these guys, no, as much as you're doing this, no, this is not what you are supposed to do. Power, and I remind you, power belongs to the people of Kenya, and the people of Kenya must be respected, must be dignified as it's required by the law. And also this issue of tribalism, this issue of ethnic politics, I think it is in a past. For now, maybe the kind of politics that we are doing and we should be doing, it is development politics, politics for development, politics for change. And if then there is a problem of that, we rather do generational politics, whereby now we say we are tired with these old people, we are tired with these people who are there, now let us come in with new faces to see if then we can have what we want. That is all. So I think I have pointed out those most so important constitutional articles, but it is good, and I remind you to read the constitution frequently. Go back, read that constitution. Never tired. As much as you read other books, you read the Bible, also have time to read this constitution, so that you may be able to understand your rights, you may be able to understand the constitutional or legal process of doing things. Yes, so in the spirit of revolution, I believe we must revolutionize this country. It is me and you, these young men, who will do that. Ladies and gentlemen, on the issue of abduction, I think I am done. But also, before I finish, I want to plead with the government to, as we are entering in this new year, to stop abducting Kenyans and to bring that to the end. and also to put those police who are in charge of those activities, to bring them to account. Because in the last year we witnessed several cases whereby Kenyans were injured, many of them. Some of them disappeared, some of them were killed, and these things and the people who are doing these things are just police officers. Since that time, none of their even single has been taken to account. They are still working, enjoying salary, and to remind them that this salary that they are enjoying and everything, they are being paid by these same Kenyans, those people that they are killing. Personally, I received a bullet, but I thank God because I am now okay. During the previous protest that was held in last year June, I received a bullet, but I thank God because that bullet did not taken my life, and also or maybe taking me to heal. God saved me. I got some just small injuries, and I survived and I suffered into those injuries, but today I'm okay. But it shouldn't be like that. I believe that we have a very beautiful country. We have a very sourceful nation. We have a country whereby we have resources. We are rich in terms of human and natural resources. We have it. The only thing and the bad thing we have is bad management or mismanagement of the resources and the revenue that is collected in this nation. But if we have proper and better management into the resources we have and the revenue we have, this country is more richer than any other country in Africa. This nation called Kenya can do great things if we have great leaders. And that is why I'm pleading to Kenyans. When it comes time for voting, let us not carry our emotions and go there, vote according to our emotions. Let us use this. Let us meditate and take time to know and read the nature and the character of these leaders and have good leaders in place. Like now, the current government, reading out from the top to the bottom of its leadership, you can't even assure me of any leader who can take care the needs of Kenyans. So I believe that Kenyans, we are learning by mistakes, and the mistakes that we made yesterday, we will never allow them today and tomorrow too. We will change our steps where we went wrong. We will do what is right, what is necessary, and what is required to that. Prior to that, Kenyans, I have no issue. I have no more issues. I think I will close there, and we will continue with this conversation. And it is good we continue with this conversation, regular conversation. We start talking about these things. We start analyzing constitutional within the nature of the constitution that we have, because I believe that we have Kenyans who today they don't know even one article of the same constitution, which is not right. And you say you are Kenyan. So we start to practice and have this civic education, carry out this civic education. But as much as we are doing these things, also let us put the selfish of our own, because Kenyans, we are very selfish, looking at the people who are coming out to carry this or to do this civic education. They come there for their own self-interests, and once they get what they want, they go to a missing. They, that is not the spirit that we want. We believe if we can unite ourselves and now start carrying this spirit of revolution and have this civic education to the public and go out there, people of goodwill and good goodwill, yeah, and those people who have good heart and people who want to change this nation, that they have the interest of the nation at their heart, of the public at their heart, we can change and we can have a better nation. I am ready for whoever who will stand for change, and for whoever who is ready for change, no matter who he is or who is she. I am ready to work with anybody. And I want to assure you that I am ready to serve and to make sure that we have changes. Let us unite ourselves. I am very available, very ready, and very ready. And that is what I can tell you for now. That now let us unite ourselves. Like myself, I will start uniting these young and small leaders that I know in my local areas. Those youths that you know, bring them together. Start speaking for these issues. As much as you have as little knowledge, bring it out, share with other people, and you will see the change coming unto you. So let us now start to support each other. Let us support young leaders of great mind. And I am one of, and I am proud to be a Kenyan. Thank you. Goodbye.